Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. Thought we were going to have another long-term intro there with Bulfy. Bulfy? Who's Bulfy? Wolfie? Not Oh, goodness. Quickly now. Secure the hidey hole, Wolfie. Run for it! We're under attack. We've been surrounded. They've blockaded the path west, which is where we're trying to go here. In Farlands or Bust, episode 623. Woo! 623 opening with a bit of a scare. Yeah, I seen it. You guys just hang out over there, will ya? We're gonna hop on a boat. Like I said, continue west. Maybe organize some of our inventory if we have time. We certainly do. What else did I have in here that I don't need? Flint. We pick up enough arrows from skeleton residue, so we don't really need to be crafting arrows. But let's hop in a boat, like I said, and head for safer shores for Thursday, November 17th, 2016, episode 623, like I said. Raising money for Child's Play charity. Still raising money for Child's Play charity. Head on over to farlandsorbust.com. Right there on the homepage, you will see posted the most recent episode of Farlands or Bust, in case, you want to find it somewhere other than YouTube or on a podcast or however else you posted to Twitter, posted to Patreon, however else you get your Farlands or Bust fix. Right there on the homepage of farlandsorbust.com is the latest episode, as well as the Child's Play charity donation tracker and button and widget that you can click and donate and get us closer to that $60,000 goal. When we do finally raise $60,000 for Season 6, we will finally press F3 to see how far we've walked. Sure, the longer it takes, the bigger the number is probably going to be. But we really would like to raise that $60,000. We're currently at $43,000, $676.64, 72% of the way there. Was that enough numbers for you? Did I say enough numbers? Was there enough enumeration taking place? This sheep seems to think so. But yeah, I would really like to reach that goal so that we can. I'm personally very curious where we are at in this Farlands or Bust world in Minecraft Beta 173. And of course, more importantly, it helps get toys, books, games to kids in hospitals and shelters around the world. And we've raised above $375,000 as a grand total over all the years and seasons we've done this for Farlands or Bust. Not too shabby for a little Farlander community and a one-man show. Not too shabby at all, I do say, indeed. But let us continue on. Of course, as always, when you do donate, you can leave a comment in the comment box of the donation widget and leave a question that I will answer in a future episode. For some people, that future episode is now. Some people like Xavier Penguin. Xavier Penguin asks, taking your gluten, look at that tree, look at that tall trunk on that tree. It's a tree trunk. It's got a trunk and it's a tree and it's a tall one. Taking your gluten intolerance out of the equation. I feel like I've answered a very similar question already. Taking your gluten intolerance out of the equation, you can only have one kind of sandwich and one kind of pizza. Every sandwich and pizza ingredient known to humankind is at your immediate disposal. What would be your ideal sandwich and your ideal pizza? And the gluten intolerance is out of the equation, huh? Well, the pizza would have to be, and this will specifically amongst Midwesterners and Chicagoans cause quite a stir, a discussion, as it always does anytime I mention it. But I'm quite fond of Lou Malnati's pizza. I honestly haven't had much else as far as in the realm of the Chicago pizzas. I know there are certainly more obscure and perhaps even just one-off as opposed to the chains, but it's generally between Lou Malnati's, Giordano's, Uno's, And then there's even more obscure ones that I'm forgetting or that I'm not realizing, perhaps that are North Side specific or downtown Chicago specific. See, the thing with Luminati's is that they have locations, various locations throughout the Chicago area and suburbs, so much more accessible for someone who doesn't particularly live straight downtown. What else is there? There's like, is Papa Murphy's? See, there's like so many that I'm not even like sure are Chicago or not, but spooky noises. Are we gonna find another golden apple here, Wolfie? Guess we can find out. We can find out. Let's, I need a little bit of... Sure glad I got rid of all those extra blocks I was carrying at the beginning of the episode. The pizza, however, would be... honestly, I used to like Uno's a lot, but they closed all of their suburban locations due to financial situations. But I did like Uno's quite a bit. But I would choose Lou Malnati's. Their sausage is amazing, and I'm still able to. They have a gluten-free pizza, and actually one of their gluten-free pizzas is... I should have used the sand. Why did I not use the sand? Oh, it looks like I'm going to have to use the sand. I did not realize we had a collapse. Drown! One of their gluten-free pizzas is no crust whatsoever, and then having the crusts made entirely out of sausage. I've never gotten that one, just because it sounds like a bit much. It sounds like a heart attack waiting to happen. But I like the sausage. It's not your standard meatballs or anything. It's very... I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's like sausage crumbles, almost. It's quite good, and quite worth it. Definitely, I would have not even the butter crust. I'm honestly not a huge butter crust aficionado. Even their normal, what would be considered pan pizza, would be great enough for me. Sausage, probably sausage, onions. Well, you know what? I need dirt. I need something that can suspend in midair. Sausage, onions. Oh man, and probably green peppers. Probably. There's other options available, but sausage, green pepper, and onion is probably the most classic that I can consider, at least from what I grew up with in my family. The Chicago pizza. I would definitely go with that. Sandwich now. Sandwich? This one's tough. This one is a bit tougher because I do appreciate, say, a good pulled pork sandwich. Those make me happy from time to time. Where's all this water coming from, my friends? Who causes such issue? Oh, is it this weird... Dang it. This weird glitch where even though the water is blocked off, it still can seep through the corner. That's a problem that happens sometimes. I tell you what, this excavation, we're going to have to come up with a new rule. No? We're going to have to come up with a new rule saying that underwater spawners are off limits. Oh, you know what? We got a source block down here. Somehow. Alright, let's try... I'm going to dive in. Kind of dangerous with what the noises we're experiencing. Let's grab the dirt and hopefully get rid of this source block. Whoa! We got rid of something. Alright. The jitteriness is causing some depth perception issues. Yeah? Did that do it, my friends? I think that did it. Alright. Science! What do we got down here, other than a zombie, obviously? Oh, you can't get us. Sandwich is going to be a tough one. Like I said, I enjoy a very good pulled pork from time to time. That would be really tough to give up, but then again... some people might not even consider that a sandwich. It could be considered a burger type of scenario. This is a much more difficult question you've posed to me, Xavier Penguin. Pizza was pretty easy. Does this place not have a single, or is it deeper than I think it is? Oh, it's deeper than I think it is. All right. I was gonna say, if this doesn't have a single chest, there's a chest. We got at least one. a double? Uh-oh, this is actually going to be bad. Let's break this right away. Because these guys are going to start spawning. Come on now. Let's go faster. Boom. Alright. Sorry, Wolfie. I'll be out in a minute. We might have to sleep down here. This might be... I'm not sure. This might be one of our first elevated hidey holes in a spawner. We honestly don't even have to make it elevated. Ah, dang it. Really? Only one silly little chest. Let's go to sleep, and I'll sleep on the question of my one-time sandwich. And then we'll open up that chest to see what we got in the morning. Ooh, this is a little bit claustrophobic. And a wolfiness above us. A wolfie on the horizon. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Oh, man. Oh, man, the sandwich is a tough one. Let's open up this chest. Maybe it'll give us a clue. But, iron. I'll take the iron. Not enough gunpowder to make a... Can I do this? I can. Yoink! Not enough gunpowder to make any TNT, so we'll leave it. Huh. I'm not sure. I am not sure at all. Wow. You've truly stumped me, my friend. You've truly stumped me indeed. Like, I kind of already do eat the same sandwich every day. It's normally ham. I got turkey this week, though. I got turkey. Sliced deli turkey to mix in my sandwich. You know, ham, tomato, cheese, lettuce, mayo. Sandwich. But I'm trying to think of, like, what special thing. That's why I thought of a pulled pork sandwich. But that might get kind of, again, kind of boring after a while. Because it really only consists of pulled pork, barbecue sauce, and optimally coleslaw on top. But I almost find that to be more of a burger because it is served on a bun. It's normally served on a bun, not bread. So I'm going to think about a breaded sandwich. I might and probably go with like an Italian sandwich, which just has like a ton of different meats on it. And the lettuce and the cheese, and usually those yellow, what are those called? Yellow, they're not bell peppers, yellow, you know what I'm talking about. And they're not, jalapeno are really spicy. Well, I mean, I guess they're a little bit spicy, but they're the, I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they're called, my friends. There's a name for them, but I don't know what it is. They're yellow. They're kind of about the size of a jalapeno, kind of. Yellow banana peppers? Is that what's on like an Italian? And then like you have the like Italian oils on it? Kind of. I mean that can sometimes, well, that's more or less served on a not a croissant. What are those other Clearly I do not have my sandwich or delicatessen vernacular down, and that's a sentence with two words that I never thought I'd speak. Delicatessen vernacular. Oh man. Yeah. I'm gonna stop talking. So yeah, one of those sandwiches was just like all the meats. Of course, a good club sandwich, similar, if it includes bacon, of similar quality and construction, if bacon is on the table. I'd honestly prefer it be in the sandwich than on the table, but jokes. Yeah, that's a really tough question. I guess sandwiches are such a sandwich staple in my life and in my diet that I really don't think I can't think if I had to choose one, what would I choose? I went out and had a good a burger yesterday. Picked up a burger. It was like the special of the day, so it was something garlic Gouda burger thing, which was interesting. Not too shabby. So anyway, we've talked for a long time about sandwiches, so let's answer this question that's completely different from Manfredity. You mentioned your breakfast routine. Oatmeal, microwave at a minute 47. True, very true. Don't forget about those dried cranberries. And I seem to recall you saying that you eat gluten-free sandwiches for lunch. But what about dinner? Oh, I thought this was going to be a question about sandwiches. But what about dinner? Also, do you like cheese? And if so, what is your favorite kind? Cheese, I'm going to stick with the classic, like a sharp cheddar. That's really good on its own, on crackers. That's really good on a burger. It can be good. It can be a bit much on a sandwich. It can be overpowering to the sandwich palate, if I can use that vernacular, at this delicatessen, this established delicatessen. But a sharp or a medium cheddar, I do appreciate. It's good. It's good in shredded form on a salad or a taco, or whatever other scenario you might enjoy. It's good on your ice cream. No. So yeah, I'm an okay. I accept some cheese. I have in the past also. I'm not much of a snacker. So like I did previously get some like gluten-free crackers, and I picked up what was it? It was like a garlic something cheese wedge from like the local like Trader Joe's style store, but not Trader Joe's because I don't like Trader Joe's. It's pretentious. So I've done that before, but not often. I don't think of non-meal foods enough to like spend money on them or put them on the list going to the grocery store. So yeah, cheese. I like cheese. Cheese on pizza, melted cheese. I miss the thing I miss, and I'm sure there'd probably be a way to make a gluten-free variety, but cheese sticks. Breaded cheese sticks. Tubes of mozzarella, breaded in a crunchy, crispy breading, and baked, and just to the point where the cheese is liquid molten lava inside, dipped in a fine marinara sauce. That is something I miss, indeed. There aren't that many, particularly at restaurants, sure they'll have gluten-free entrees and items or a gluten-free bun for their burgers, but most restaurants don't go the extra mile for the gluten-free appetizer. It's normally like, here's a giant tower of fried onion rings, or here's your breaded and fried breadsticks, or I'm sorry, cheese sticks, or breadsticks, or here's some chips and salsa, although I will say most of the time chips and salsa is safe because the chips are corn. I could jump into that, but in this version of the game, one block of water sometimes kills you, so I'm not going to do it. Careful away! Speaking of, no! Careful away! Oh god. Alright, safety dance. Be safe, Wolfie! Oh, you're not being safe. You stupid little dog. No! Well, I guess I can get the water down here. Well, this was a pointless endeavor indeed. We found ourselves in a crater. How you doing, Wolfie? Not too great. Let's, pointless! Let's get out of here, and then we'll feed Wolfie. So yeah, I think that's enough on the cheese front. In the cheese realm of things. What about dinner? See, dinner, like I've mentioned before. Wow, you took some real damage there, didn't you? That was not make-believe at all. Alright, let's do that, as well as that, and that. Alright, we gotta go visit some pigs soon. I might have eaten some of that. How did I move out of the way there? There we go. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? I moved something. Oh, maybe not. Alright. Dinner is the one meal that I change up most often. The easy stuff would be popping a pizza in the oven, or I have found gluten-free chicken nuggets. I do that with French fries and barbecue sauce. That's like the easy, I'm too lazy to cook kind of thing that I'll make. Otherwise, I'll go out and grab a burger like yesterday. Or it'll be something a little bit more complicated, like stir fry, a chicken stir fry with white rice, or mostly chicken. Mostly chicken items. I've lately been forcing myself, literally holding myself down and forcing myself to purchase ingredients for and making of salads. My vegetable intake is not what it should be. So yeah, I get like the salad mixes and mix it up with romaine lettuce, and then I got carrots, I got bell peppers, the red and green bell peppers, and the sharp cheddar shredded cheese. Croutons are a no-go. I've yet to be able to find gluten-free croutons, so I get the tortilla strips, little cherry tomatoes, and actually today, it's getting a little bit late, but today I had some chicken breast defrosted that I wanted to put out on the grill, like the outside grill. Just really quick, cook them up there so that I can have some grilled chicken to put in my salads. But I'm really, if I seem rushed, or if I seem like I'm really concentrated on food, it's because I'm recording this a bit late. It's getting dark outside, and I'm questioning my ability to be able to start up and cook on the grill with some illumination still in the atmosphere. That might be a little bit impossible. But we'll try, we'll see. We've only got one more Minecraft day left, and then I can get out and try. I probably won't be able to. I'll have to resort to putting it on the frying pan or whatever, which is not the same outcome in my personal opinion. But let's... I don't have that... Yes, I could grill. As many of people, I'm sure, are heading to their keyboards to suggest, I could grill in the dark, but I don't have that many exterior lights in my backyard, so it's a little bit different. Like I need like a flashlight or one of those headlamps or something. Be a total nerd. I mean, more of a nerd than I already am. More of a total nerd, 110% nerd. Let's go to sleep and nerd it up in the morning. And, is anybody hungriness? Wolfie is. You just had 4 bones, Wolfie. 4 bones. And that actually just reminded me to keep a lookout for burning skeletons. No, keep an eye out for pigs. Pigs with more Wolfie treats. So yeah, thank you, Xavier Penguin and Manfredity, for your food-related questions. Indeed. Got a question from Daniel. Daniel asks, hope you're doing well. Meh. Hope you're doing well. If you were to pick a fictional universe, now this is a question I do believe I've gotten before. If you were to pick a fictional universe, which would it be, and what character or thing would you be in it, and why? I would be the DeLorean in Back to the Future. You said thing. You said what character or thing would you be? This is one that I'm also never able to fully answer, I guess. If, like, just based on, I suppose, the complexity of the world, and like the detail at which it's already been described, that it doesn't leave much up for debate or guessing. Probably the Lord of the Rings world, Middle-earth as it's known, just because there is such detail based on the books, and then of course kind of solidified via the visuals of the movies and whatever. And there's so many different choices of like who, what I guess, what are they considered? Are they considered like what realm to be from? You got your hobbits, you got your wizards, you got your tree dudes, and then you got your elves and your humans and whatever. You got a lot of choice there, and it seems like a neat place worth exploring, if not for the whole, you know, complete destruction at the hands of some devil-like creature hell-bent on turning the world to fire and ashes. But then again, how much different is that from our current situation, I doth declare and ask you? How much different indeed? So yeah, probably just based on, like, the sheer realm of the whole place, probably the Lord of the Rings world. Similarly, I could say Star Wars, and certainly with the expanded universe outside of just the movies, there is a lot to be said for different worlds and races and species and whatever. But I personally don't. I mean, I guess I don't know that much about the Lord of the Rings worlds either. I haven't read the books or anything like that, or studied in depth the scholarly studies of everything that Tolkien was talking about. Similarly, Star Wars, along, I suppose, similar lines, but I don't feel like there's as much that is defined, and it's almost too open for interpretation and too open for imagination to know what's going on there. Fictional universe. Probably either one of those, kind of. And I would just want to be a normal dude. I wouldn't want to be Frodo. I wouldn't want to be whoever the other characters' names are. You know, I don't know, Bilbo or whoever, or even Gandalf. I would just want to be a citizen. Hopefully not one of the ones in the background who get burnt up by the dragon, but just like a normal person, kind of like myself. Just kind of a minor player. I don't want to have responsibility for killing Darth Vader or leading the armies against the evils of Middle-earth. I just want to be a dude, a shoemaker or something, but someone who stays fairly unscathed from the is involved and active and probably maybe lends a hand to fighting the forces of evil, but not the main, not on the front lines. Perhaps I'll stay out of the credit sequence at the end of the movie. So yeah, that's probably where I'd go with it. Like I could be a interplanetary transport pilot in Star Wars or something like that, but maybe not really somebody who gets into smuggling contraband or rebellion items, or has a name for himself in the shady seedy underbelly of the Tatooine stations. I'm really wearing my knowledge thin, and I think I'm about to maybe say some wrong facts or words that some people are going to be like, no, Tatooine is the name of the system and not the planet, or something like that. I don't know. Oh, man. So yeah, thank you very much. That's actually probably the best I've ever answered that question. It's taken me 5 years, but thank you very much, Daniel, for your donation and question. Let's see here. Diamante 0018 asks, ooh, okay, do we need wood? We do, so let's chop down this tree on our way down, why don't we? It's a little bit easier for us. Unless this is not the main trunk, and we're going to fall to our doom and damage. No, we're fine. Wolfie, on the other hand, is stuck up there, honestly. Go, Wolfie! Dang it, I haven't found any pigs yet. You gotta stop getting in the way of my axe. Oh, that doesn't work in this version of the game. I'm playing too much on the Mindcrack server. Thinking dragging and clicking and shift-clicking works. Sorry, Diamante 0018 has a Farlands or Bust-related question. How many years would it take you to reach the Farlands from the latest time you pressed F3 according to your current schedule? That one, I'm probably going to leave up to the audience to answer. I've never really indulged many of the calculations. The calculations I'm concerned about are finding that other golden apple and the chances thereof. But yeah, a lot of people since the last time, I'm personally quite surprised the last time we pressed F3, which has been over a year, by the way. Well over a year. We were 18 point something percent of the way there. 18% is no small amount. Like that could be a visible slice out of the pie chart of 100%. So that I'm actually quite impressed with. Are we at 25% right now? That would be amazing. In which case, if we're at 25%, another 15 years, and I think that's pretty close since it's taken us 5 years to get here. Although we were moving a lot slower at certain points, so if I kept up a more rigorous schedule, perhaps it would go a little bit faster. But yeah, I think that's about the kind of agreed upon. I've heard like 16 early on. It was like into the 20-ish years or so. So I'm thinking like 14 to 16 years at the current pace, maybe. Of course, in 5 or however, in 1 year, who knows what form Farlands or Bust is going to take. I certainly am currently invested in the whole episodic 3 Minecraft day sort of podcast length series of episodes on YouTube or wherever they be. It's a goodie. It's a goodie. It's a goodie. It's a pretty good kind of clip and a kind of a good format for me right now. But who knows? Who knows what sort of progression we may experience here. But I certainly want it to be of similar, and also, of course, with the main attachment to a charity fundraiser of some kind. Of course, as we've learned, certainly the... Dang it, Wolfie! Certainly the live-streamed charity marathons tend to bring in a bunch of support. But then again, I don't want, like Mindcrack Marathon or Desert Bus is going on right now. I certainly wouldn't want Farlands or Bus to be like a once-a-year marathon or anything like that. So certainly, I've always liked, and I've liked the... Is this another spawner? And I've always liked the sort of slow... That is not another spawner. All right. I'm actually a little bit relieved. Because it's getting late in the episode. We don't have time. We don't have time! I do like the slow and steady burn, both for our reaching the far lands here and walking, but also keep that associated with the charity goals and fundraiser as well. The slow and steady... We're not really doing any crazy stunts or overexerting ourselves. We're very sensible, much like our sandwiches. We have sensible sandwich tastes. Oh man, to bring it back on theme there. There's a lack of pigs. Hopefully next episode, Wolfie, we find some more pigs for you. I was looking for like a mountainside or a cliff face to dig into, but this will have to do right here because it's getting quite dark indeed, much like it is in real life. Wolfie, I can't see you. It's gonna be difficult to grill up these chickens, I say. Wolfie, what are you doing? Stop messing around. There you go. Stay safe up here. Keep guard. I'm gonna head on down and make this end of the episode full underground hidey hole. And while I do this, thank everybody for your questions and your donations, and suggest perhaps head on over to farlandsorbus.com to keep donating to Child's Play charity. The closer and the sooner we get to that $60,000 goal, the sooner we know what number we're at right now. And then the calculations can be revised and refined, and we can much easier figure out how long it actually is going to take us to get to those far lands. Making a bunch of boats, making a bunch of beds. So yeah, farlandsorbust.com. Much appreciated, my friends. Your continued support is always appreciated, specifically for the fundraiser, but also this series and my other series and my live streams and my crazy Twitter rants. Those are also much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. But I like the sausage.